Like, let me see. Let's see. If I log on to...
Headphones are plugged in.
For those of you in the stream, let me know where you are. I'm kind of curious. Like, I obviously think there's going to be some people... Okay, yeah, and then when I logged out of one, it showed up live on the other. So, okay, I am live on both. Yeah, especially about how many viewers I have in here. Shout out to the niggas in the Twitch stream. We got Phantom OG69 and Sasuke12303, whatever the fuck. He had a bunch of numbers in his name. So yeah, for those of you on my main channel,
a real nigga. He's original. That's the homie.
For those of you on my main channel who's been looking for My Hero Academia live reaction, it's not coming because I live reacted to it and then my computer just crashed all its audio, and so half of the live reaction is like my audio is muted, at least my voice, and so I'm just like, nah, like I can't. That's what that one thing when you live react something. I'm actually gonna lower my mic into the frame here so it's closer to me. When you live, actually had Jay, I had to do this ghetto ass duct tape thing for my scissor stand because like the part where you use to screw in the mic is like threaded as fuck. So I couldn't screw it back in. So I legit just bought a new scissor stand because I can't, like, it's just one piece that's broken, but they don't sell those individually.
Is it the part that actually holds the microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you might have gotten a similar one to mine because mine did the exact same thing when I got it.
Yeah, the scissor stand was only like 20 bucks anyway, so I just bought another one. But here's the thing. Here's what I did, Jay. So, and it's funny because you wouldn't know to do this until you've got a scissor stand and see what happens. But like the scissor stand that I had, the thing that screws that got threaded.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Turn off pictures in the Heavenly Podcast chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not on play.
You could have done that, Jay.
All right, I'll do it right now. Hold on. Yeah, let me turn that shit off.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
Attach files. I don't want niggas embedding links.
What's up, Sterling George?
You cannot deny this permission to everyone. All right. Well, I'm gonna make sure only Hokage can do it. How about that? There we go.
Let me actually. I'm gonna move this chat over to this screen here for now. So yeah. So I didn't do live reaction. So because when you have to make sure that stuff is done correctly first. Oh yeah. No, I was saying about the scissor stand. I had the plastic thing got threaded. So basically, I made sure that I got a new scissor stand, and I have right now. I just have the duct tape thing going on because I'm too lazy to take it apart. I'll just switch out stands when the other one stops working. But the
that's what they do.
I made sure to get a scissors. I made sure to get a scissor stand with a metal screw instead of plastic, so it doesn't get threaded.
I'm very proud of you.
Rencho admitted to me that JoJo's is gay today, so I was pretty surprised.
Wow,
by that.
Rencho said, "Wow, man, my life right now, my life."
He basically said that part 5 is gay, and he refused to read it after 2 chapters. I was like, wow.
No.
Okay.
Oh no. So what made it gay? Like this was the turning point.
Part 5 is gay. Like I don't care what anybody says.
Like were there 2 dudes kissing? Like in the Boondocks, where like even after the fact they had to question it. Just
don't remind me of that Gangsta-licious scene. Oh my god, dude.
Why you gotta bring up the past like that, fam?
I'm just wondering. That's all.
We all got scarred by that episode.
I was definitely scarred.
Gay ass salty kiss. We got scarred by Riley's
and then they showed the saliva coming out of that nigga's mouth like.
Oh my god! Don't remind me of that shit.
That shit was disgusting, bro. That shit was disgusting.
Oh, I don't have the.
I'm glad that fucking gay ass show was canceled. Nah, I'm just playing.
It says join my Discord, discord.gg/heavenlycontroller. So yeah, it's in there. Oh yeah, no, the reason it got like even when it got brought back, the original creator wasn't even there, so it was just like whatever. Something that I didn't realize was that the creator of Boondocks, he actually would spend. It would take him years to write a season. That's why the seasons were so spread apart. And they just wanted to churn out content that they could just. They basically tried to Boruto Naruto, and like niggas were like, "This isn't in the manga. This shit's trash." Like so, yeah. I mean, that just goes to show we've seen countless examples, both in anime, TV shows, movies, cartoons, that without the original creator, you can't just take an established world and give it to somebody else unless they're like a true fan of the series.
Yeah,
like
that shit don't
honestly,
work.
one of my main concerns of the newest Boondocks season was that like it was seemingly, at least from my perspective, it was focusing on Granddad too much. It wasn't really tackling any issues. Like if anything, if they just had Riley saying y'all niggas are gay for 10 minutes out of every episode, that would have made it better.
I actually liked it because it was about Granddad. I've always wanted to, like from season 1, I always wanted to see more about Granddad.
Bad for most parts of that
no,
season.
it's not. It's not ripping it off. It's parodying it. That's the difference.
They weren't even parodying it. If they're gonna do it, they just made fun of that shit.
What are you talking about? It's an exact parody. Like
if Jay liked that season, let him like that season. But I feel like the majority of people all agree that that season.
Probably because as an old ass man, I appreciated a lot of the like nuances. Yeah, I was just like I appreciate a lot of these old man jokes that they're throwing
like,
in
this
here.
show is about an old ass nigga that can't afford his rent. I relate to this shit.
Oh my god, yeah, that's my life now. Shit, what are you talking about?
You're building a new PC. What parts should you use? You should
make sure
actually,
to have this is essential, and I do mean to cut you off. You should always make sure you have a power button, okay? I promise you that not having a power button will fuck up your whole day, okay?
Oh god.
See, even Nishing knows, because Nishing ran into that one time, built an entire PC, forgot to buy the power button. I remember it was so important.
I need the context of this. What your case didn't have a power button? Or
this is a separate conversation that me and Nishing had. This has nothing to do with Heavenly Controller. Okay, we're just gonna leave it at that.
That makes sense. You can't bring in an inside joke and not explain the context. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
I just did, and he understood exactly what it meant. That's exactly who it was for. So don't forget the power button.
But I would say, like, Jay, you have the 1060, right?
I have the 1060, yes.
Yeah, I would say to get that because I have the 970, but like basically Jay's graphics card is it's only slightly more powerful than mine, but it's one of those things to where I shouldn't buy a 1060 because it's like I'm buying a whole nother graphics card.
It's basically you just buying. Yeah, you're good with the 960. But I feel like if you want to like jump ahead of the curve, and what I mean by ahead of the curve is you're going to be replacing parts over time, let that be one of the last parts that you buy. Just get the 1070. It's like an extra $50 or something. Just say fuck it and get it. Like it's not it's going to improve your performance on certain games, but like majority of games don't even require like that much power to even do like even getting the 1060
Boku no Pico?
Oh my god. Even getting a 1060 is kind of overkill with a lot of like the games that are out. But I will say the one thing that you probably should not skimp on is just like put all of your money towards, well, maybe not all your money, but a lot of it is don't bother getting an i5 processor. Just spring for the i7. It'll be worth it. The processing power is definitely worth it. I mean, I assume you're probably going to be doing like stupid shit. I don't assume you're a YouTuber or anything like that, or you're going to be rendering videos, so maybe the i5 is for you. But for anybody looking to do videos, editing, Photoshop, anything like that, just fuck it and get the i7. Like you won't regret it. Like that's all I gotta say. So, and get you a nice.
So for this podcast, me and Jay, we're gonna just to warn you guys, we're gonna spoil the shit out of all of the Game of Thrones.
Oh, we're gonna spoil the shit out of Game of Thrones, Ballers. We're gonna do our My Hero
Ballers episode yet.
That's okay. It was really good. I'll fill you in, my nigga. Like it was probably
you want
like
me to watch it for myself and see how good it is.
Oh, because there was no titties in it. So if you know,
what does that have to do with anything?
No. That's another inside joke. He'll understand when he turns the episode on and he goes, he's right. There weren't any tits in this episode. Like it'll just hit you.
But yeah, but so there was that.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait for Ballers.
Also, I even though my live reaction got fucked up, I did watch My Hero Academia. So.
Oh man, that episode was lit. I think this whole week was just dope. Just dope shows, except for Dragon Ball Super.
Comic-Con had so many fire trailers. Like I was saying, this Comic-Con,
I saw a couple of those.
Comic-Con, I'm glad this Comic-Con was good because E3 was garbage. But one thing I do have to say though, Jay, and I was complaining about this the other day, was that one thing I don't like though is that like I feel like, I don't know, it's like I knew it as I was watching it too. Sometimes trailers, I feel like after watching the first trailer of a movie, you kind of have to just not watch the second trailer because it's just gonna spoil everything. Like,
or if you watch the first trailer, that might guarantee that you need to watch the second trailer because the second trailer might be better. Because that first not Justice League, but what was it? It was something else where the first trailer was fucking awful, and then the second trailer came out and it was amazing. I think it was like Wonder Woman. Was Wonder Woman in it?
Batman v Superman, I think, right? Where they just spoiled everything.
That
showed,
too. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Doomsday in the trailer.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming actually had a lot of scenes that weren't even in the movie too. So I don't know how I feel about that.
It's all marketing, bro. It's all marketing. What's up, Lucid? What's going on?
Actually, a lot of Marvel movies do that, where like I'll be sitting there watching the movie, waiting for the.
Be in there a lot more than he was.
Well, yeah, they cut a lot of his stuff out. Like the scene with him and Spider-Man swinging through the city wasn't in the movie at all.
Yeah,
they like showed in so many trailers.
That's just a promo thing, man. So sorry.
Kaze no Stigma. That anime was boring. I couldn't finish that anime.
So.
Oh my God, Rencho! I actually watched the episode of Chaos Head yesterday. Like I was like, because I was telling Rencho, I was like, any anime that's not even slightly good, I'm just dropping now because I don't have time to watch all this fodder. Like I dropped that Kanbo, Rincon, whatever the fuck.
All right, Aaron. I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat, bro. The next time you disrespect my boy Bakugo, I'm gonna kick you out. I promise you.
I like how Midoriya copied Bakugo's move right there.
I know, right? Don't you ever get it twisted. Bakugo's the reason why he even had that move. Okay, he's the real.
My boy Midoriya. I know he basically Lion Barrage. He did
that Sasuke shit. He was just like, I saw it once. I know exactly how to do it. Like.
No, but like how Naruto took Sasuke took it from Lee, and then Naruto took it from Sasuke, and then he warped it into his own thing. Midoriya basically did that to Bakugo. He took the Lion's Barrage and made it into the Uzumaki Barrage. That's basically what he did.
You know who the real MVP of that episode is?
Who?
Stain's knife.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna be like Stain. Yeah, that nigga was putting in work.
Despite that nigga not having a nose, Stain is a savage.
I know this nigga on some old Cartoon Network shit. No nose having nigga.
Nah, yeah, he on that Hidan level. He like
that nigga's on some crazy shit, man. So
he on that Hidan level. He's worships Lord Joshi, and you see him. He licks that blood. And he can control your ass and shit. Like. Unless you type O or whatever the fuck, then
I know, like unless you got main character in this.
Well, he was saying that
you got main character in this.
the different blood types, they result in how long he can control them.
Exactly, and just Midoriya has the perfect blood type for the slowest time.
Yeah, it is kind of convenient that like the shonen protagonist happens to have the.
But that's a really intricate ability, though. That's like.
I will say though that despite that, I'll let that slide because I do think that this anime does avoid a lot of tropes. Like for example. Most of the time in most shonen anime you would watch, it's just like, oh, Tenya's screaming really loud. Well, he's probably gonna transform. Or oh, Midoriya's here. Now he's just gonna. Like I'm impressed that Midoriya didn't just blindly charge at the villain and just get a bullshit power up. He actually, you know, Midoriya is he's a tactician. Like he's smart. He doesn't approach.
I do like how they explain everything too, because it doesn't make it seem like it's some ass pull ability. Like he's genuinely learning things.
Yeah, like I like how Midoriya took out his phone and he used the GPS to have someone rescue him. Because if that was Naruto, he'd be like, Shadow Clone Barrage, butt fuck, like that. He wouldn't have
the fucking theme music would have kicked in, and then he would have just got he would have been like Detroit Smash out of nowhere, like and then just blew the nigga's face off. Oh man,
when Midoriya came hopping in and he
I got super hyped. I was just like, nigga, Midoriya with the smash, let's go.
He mastered that ability pretty fast. Like he's able to bounce off the walls like Gran Torino now. Oh my god.
But I'm naming fucking states of his punches and shit.
Yeah, right. I'm glad he was able to like figure it out.
Yeah, the one thing that I was kind of disappointed about though was that Todoroki didn't like, damn nigga, you mastered your ability, because like they just fought and he saw that he couldn't do shit.
I feel like they'll acknowledge it like the next episode. They'll be like, they'll be like, man, you got hella strong like out of nowhere. What happened? He's just like, I got raped by an old man. Like,
I know.
He beat me up.
Nah, he should just take a book from his dad's page and start just yelling Midoriya's name to get a power.
I also liked that Todoroki, he had this scene in the anime where he acknowledged, he was saying how I was thinking like, yeah, that's very wise of him, or that's very like I don't know any other good word to use, but the fact that he acknowledged that despite he's like, I don't fuck with Endeavor, he acknowledges that Endeavor is the #2 hero. Not only is he powerful, but he's smart.
He's like, so fucking humble. Like that's so strange to see a fucking shonen character.
He's doing it wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he's just he's doing it wrong. He's supposed to hate his dad and try to kill him. Like it's just so interesting to see a smart shonen character that's not like not like, oh, I'm Uryu, like I can figure everything out smart. Like he's emotionally smart. Like he can check his own feelings and shit.
And
like
then
that. Like,
I like how this anime is like a slap in the face to that, because when you have someone like Tenya who does do blind shonen bullshit, it doesn't work, and he's on the ground
punished for it.
Yeah, and all the people out here strategizing and being cool and collected and making sense are the ones in the fight.
Exactly, like, and then he's just over here just like, no, I'm the one who's gonna kill him. Like, nigga, you've been laying on the ground. It's just like, it's like Tenya, my dude, you've been laying on the ground for 20 minutes, bro. You're clearly not in this fight. I don't know what the fuck you think you're hollering at right now, but just nobody's acknowledging your. Be like this other guy over here. Be like this other guy over here and just be quiet the whole time. Like he got a sidebar commentary. Like, yeah, I got my ass beat. Like
incapacitated and shit.
Yeah. So.
I didn't even see that nigga.
Then you have that scene where he's like, guys, get out of here. This is my fight. He once again reminds me of Sasuke on the ground with this curse mark. Naruto, run. I will take him on. And then Naruto's like, nigga, you can't move. Like Tenyo's just like, this is my fight. And Todoroki's like, then stand up, nigga. No? That's what I thought.
He's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Are we the ones on both of our legs right now and your face first in the dirt? Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Good to know. But I'm going to leave, though. But I'm leaving.
I like that
whole scene where like Midori was talking to Todoroki after he got cut pretty many times. He's like, Deku, go run. He's like, nah, you got cut, fam. You right. Like,
you right. You're right. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay right here. Keep my bitch ass on the ground.
Shit to be like, I'm about to bounce though. You can fight this nigga.
Yeah. People are saying Todoroki is Prince Zuko. I don't know about all that.
Kale getting beat up was basically like watching rape. Oh, I didn't even watch.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch. Honestly, because of like all the other shows, like why would I watch Dragon Ball Super? Like really, My Hero is keeping me so occupied in between Game of Thrones and Ballers.
And now we got Game of Thrones and Ballers. Yeah, there's no room for Dragon
what the fuck? What the fuck is Dragon Ball? Like I don't got room for that shit.
I didn't watch that either. Like
I caught the last episode.
I leave it to my fans to let me know. Like you guys let me know, because like if something dope is happening in Dragon Ball Super or Boruto, I'll be getting spammed on Twitter. Heavenly live reaction to this episode. If I'm not getting that, there must not be anything happening.
Yeah,
so,
I did see a clip on Twitter of it's literally like they took it scene for scene out of the fucking legendary Super Saiyan movie, like where Goku does the Kamehameha to this bitch's face and then she just grabs him, and it's just like, all right, I've seen this before. I'm fucking 25 years old. I saw this movie when it came out. Okay, like this is not new to me. Like, and they didn't even give her dialogue. She's literally just yelling Son Goku for like 5 minutes in a row. I was like, really? Before she had entire sentences that she could say. Now she's just limited to one word. Like she has no ties to this character whatsoever. All of a sudden she's just like obsessed with killing him. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. You're not gonna...
Todoroki is a badass. Yeah, Todoroki. I was impressed. Like I even this was in my live reaction that you guys will never see because the audio got fucked up. But one of the things that when the fireball came in, I was like, oh, is that Endeavor or is
that's
that,
who I thought it was. I was like, oh, it's Endeavor and the old man. I was like, oh shit, it's about to get lit. Wait, Todoroki?
I thought it was either Endeavor or Bakugo, and then I was like, Todoroki, what'd you use your left side?
I was like, wait, hold on. He's acknowledging that yes, I'm using my left side now. Yeah. Wait, no, there's no argument. There's no argument about this. There's no back and forth. There's no mental exchange. Like, yes, I'm gonna use my left side. Like just from the get go, my nigga. Like, yeah, okay, like, progress. All right, character development.
Listening to his dad, and the funny thing is that he's doing what his dad wants, but at the same time, he's like, and I think that him meeting up with his mom and get that thing kind of helped him too. But like, I like that how it's like he doesn't want to help his dad, but he's like, and that's like kind of that speech that Midori gave him. He's like, you're not doing this for him, you're doing this for you. So he's kind of matured at that sense now. He's not doing shit to like that like will hurt himself in just to spite somebody else. That's like that's like rioting. Like black guy got killed, let me go riot in my own city. It's like, why was it like, yeah, it is a sign of protest, but why are you gonna fuck up your own shit to protest against somebody else? So that's why I feel like Todoroki was doing. It's like just to protest against his dad. He is basically hurting himself by not using his own abilities. So it's like, who gives a shit? Okay, yeah, your dad may want you to use his left side and become the strongest hero. You might end up accomplishing that, but that's none of your business. Just focus on your own shit. That's basically what he's doing. So I like that. So
pretty much. I'm just very excited that this, I have to say, this is surprisingly good writing for an anime. Like, anime usually don't have good writing. Like, it just usually, like, there's always like
grounded to anything.
Yeah, this seems like it's very grounded. Like, it seems like everything within the possibility, like the realms of possibility in this universe, in this show, it could happen and possibly might happen. Like, it's not like some bullshit where it's just like, oh man, he's gonna get a power up out of nowhere, he's gonna beat the villain's ass, and then he's gonna do a speech, and then this and that, and like. So I'm glad to see.
Yeah, like what Brian Terra says, and I agree. Like this anime is basically Naruto without the filler. Like this anime has had no filler. Like even in the episodes, like the filler quote like they're like even the stuff that's not in the manga that they add to the anime. It's like stuff that the manga couldn't show you. It's like this is why I wanted Bleach to come back, because I feel like the Bleach manga had some dope fights that you can't really tell what's going on. So I feel like if it was animated, you could see it in its full glory. But So I like that's good filler, like the kind of filler that adds more to it. You know, like not that just freaking not the kind of filler that
I feel
just
like that's
drags
how
on
you
the screen
should.
time.
I feel like that's how you should do filler. It's like you put it in little pieces, like very, very small, minuscule pieces to enhance the story.
Filling in the missing links.
Yeah, not entire.
Story.
Like there should be no such thing as a filler episode. Like filler episodes are just fucking ridiculous. What the filler portions are supposed to be is like character inner monologues and dialogues and stuff like that. Like for like 35 maybe 60 seconds, and it buys you a little bit more time so you can put stuff off into the next episode, and you know you can just make it, you can extend everything, and it gives you more production time.
Popsicle Showdown.
You know, Popsicle Showdown, what are you niggas talking about? I've never seen that. Anyway, what I do want to talk about congratulations to Food Wars for getting to season 3. I'm waiting for that shit to come out. Oh my god. Yes, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The one anime that makes me look at my life and just goes, I can make that. Like,
Really, Jay, you make
no, but I wanted,
bro.
To segue into I wanted to segue into Game of Thrones, Jay, by saying that that show also hasn't had any filler, which I'm glad it doesn't have any. So far, we haven't had any Gilly Sam fucking 20 minutes out of an episode scene or something.
I feel like even when there's stuff,
Gilly almost got raped.
I was gonna say,
wait a minute.
I was gonna say when there's stuff that's like, that is filler, we kind of can't notice that it's filler because Game of Thrones does have filler. They'll just have like meaningless conversations sometimes. But then when you like really look at the
when you add the filler, if the filler contributes or adds to the story, that's fine. Like for example, stuff like Arya talking to Tywin in season 2, that was filler, but that was enjoyable. Or stuff like Lyanna talking shit to a bunch of old ass grizzled niggas, that kind of filler is enjoyable.
Yeah.
And even though I don't feel like we need another scene for that, Missandei taking off her clothes and showing
that's not filler. That's the only part of the canon material. What are you talking about?
That was the plot.
The plot.
Oh man, bro. It's weird. It's like I guess it's been a while since we saw her naked. Because when I saw, I was just like, oh,
bro, that
was
2 seasons ago.
I'm about to say,
that was 2 years ago. The last time we saw her titties, and even then, it wasn't like full view titties. Like it wasn't the main focus of it because there was like shit going on.
With Grey Worm.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were Grey Worm.
I think that was season 3. Actually, I think that was season 3.
That's even longer.
Because that's when she gets the Unsullied, and her dragons were still really small back then. So I think that was season 3. Yeah,
that's 3 years, fam.
That. So it's actually we're at season 7, Jay. So that was 4 years ago, my dude.
4 years since I've seen those glorious titties. Whew.
Yeah, and I don't know.
It's hot in here, Lord.
It's like you look. I think because like she was like half submerged in water. Oh no, that was Grey Worm. But she was kind of crouched up and stuff. But now in this one, where she was just like in the full glory, I was just like,
ate out like a motherfucker.
Good, thank you, Lord. Man. Oh man, thank you to all 7 gods, both to the new and the old.
Yes, the old and the new, yeah.
The old and the new gods, and the Lord of Light. Thank you, I appreciate it. Good looking out, my nigga.
Yeah, we should talk about that. I just gotta say that fucking Barris is just hating on Melisandre. I can't wait to see some shit like that. I want to see.
Oh, I mean, he's always hated on that shit because that's what he lost his dick to black magic. So
I lost his dick to black magic.
I don't really care for Melisandre. Like
I don't know why I thought about Black China when you said that.
I don't know. I stopped caring for Melisandre when she stopped taking her clothes off. So
no, I stopped caring her when she took that.
Except for that time
when she took that jewelry off. Oh no, baby, what is you doing? Put it back on.
Except when she was a saggy bag of potatoes. Yeah, that was the difference.
Nah, I've seen potatoes smoother than that bitch. Oh no.
Yeah, true. I have too.
God, I can't deal with it. But Game of Thrones
I finished Alino Zero when that shit came out.
Game of Thrones this week, I felt like there was not a single moment within the anime that was within the anime within the show. Look, I'm getting all sorts of fucking confused.
Might as well
within the episode of this show that felt like it wasn't needed. Like it had its peaks and valleys and shit, but like really it was on top of it. The whole episode was like on the edge of your seat, kind of giving you goosebumps and shit. Even like basic ass conversations.
There were so many scenes.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like by the time you got up to the boat battle, you were like, wait a minute, hold on, there's more? Like what? I can't
exactly. And you know
slow
what?
down.
I'm so
What are
glad
you
that was
niggas
there
doing?
too.
Like,
no, Jay, I'm so glad that was there too because like the episode was like almost over. It had like 15 minutes left or something like that, and I'm like, okay, this episode was okay. Like it was good. You know, it provided a lot of stuff. But I'm like, but there wasn't that one scene that was like, damn. And I was getting worried. And then I was like, there's not enough time for them to do anything. They showed me, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're like, oh, okay, you have what's her face having like lesbian sex in the fucking boat shit. All of a sudden, here comes freaking Euron. Look at he came on his bridge and squashed some bitch. He's just like, ah. And then I'm like, oh damn. And then that was a whole battle, and they murdered those useless sand snakes. That was amazing. Yeah,
I like them too.
It was still kind of hard to watch though, because they're brutal deaths, and it shows them just like hung and stabbed, hanging off the bow of this ship. And shit. That was pretty gruesome.
I couldn't take it at that point. I was just like, wow.
And then Theon goes back to Reek. But you know what's kind of like sad about that though is that for a good minute, yeah, you can join the summit, bro. It's no problem. For a good minute, Theon was like, he was kicking ass. I didn't know Theon could sword fight like that. I was like, oh,
I know you do a lot.
Hey man, listen. It's like Rensho says, when you lose certain things, other abilities become enhanced. So the fact that my man doesn't have a penis, like
what I hadn't thought about, and I think it's because we haven't really ever seen him fight. But what I hadn't thought about, because we haven't really seen a lot, Theon hasn't really been given a lot of opportunity to do dope shit. But he's always kind of been like, because when you think about this, he's been raised by Ned Stark, so he's been training sword fighting stuff. That's why I remember when Jon Snow first went to the wall and he was like bodying everybody. He was taking on like 4 different Night's Watchmen at the same time, because he was like, you know, when you're like a high-born class, you get like the best training and stuff like that. So Jon Snow, Robb Stark, they've always been the best swordsmen, and Theon's the same way. We just never see him in a sword fight. But do you remember that one time when Bran was getting attacked by wildlings, and Theon got that point-blank arrow shot? Remember that in season 1?
Yeah, so
Theon's always had
we talking about Reek over here. Reek ain't
we talking about Reek jumping in the lake like a bitch.
Bro, all I've seen Reek do is push that blonde
he was like,
off the edge.
I felt kind of bad because I felt kind of bad because I was, like I said before, man, like, please give like this guy, this actor, he needs a fucking Emmy or something. He needs an award because that fucking quivering lip of his, bro. And then you could just see like his eyes. Like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a real thing, like if it's a chemical imbalance that happened and made his eyes just like flare for a second. But this man jumped ship. He was gone. Like, it was over. Like, there was genuine fear in this man's eyes. It's almost like he recalled,
he got molested by a boat.
Yeah, he got molested by a boat. Like, he just straight up just like channeled so much fear.
I want to respond to what Eat Donuts in the chat has been saying. I agree with everything he's saying. I agree with everything he's been saying. Well, one of the things he said was that he's got that Reek PTSD. Hey, if you got your dick chopped off, you might get a quivering lip and jump ship too, okay? Like, because he got tortured. Other people getting tortured. He doesn't want to go back to that shit. It's kind of like when Jon Snow got brought back to life, and he is afraid of dying again. So Theon went through some shit. He's had his fingernails peeled off and shit, and all sorts of stuff. So when he sees them, he's like doing that. He got tortured by Ramsay.
Mr. Gold fucking Nationals, bro.
Like, right. And I mean, for some people, they come out stronger for that. They're like, oh, I can endure this because I've been through this. But for him, it was like, no, he reeked up. But and also what Eat Donut said, though, was that Theon, like, he jumping off, it may seem cowardly. You know, it's not obviously the Ironborn way, but that was probably the smart thing to do, because if he charged after Euron, he would have slit what's her face? I fucking can't remember her name. He would have slit his sister's throat, and he would have killed his ass. So by him running away, he lived to fight another day. He can maybe go tell people what happened, and his sister gets to keep her life. So it could be considered cowardly, but it was the wise decision. And you have to be like, okay, well, what's more important, my pride or what's smart?
Well, you know? when you're Ironborn,
it's for something like that.
Yeah, obviously,
it's your pride.
Obviously, if you're Ironborn, you don't give a shit about pride, or you don't give a shit about that. You're just like Sparta. We die and we fight to the death and shit. So obviously, it makes sense that his sister expected him, like, that's what she wanted him to do, was to fight back. It wouldn't have made any fucking sense. He would have slit his, and he knew that too. He knew that ultimatum. Like, he's like, either you're a coward or you're dead. So it was a lose-lose for Theon. So he had to make a choice. And so I don't know. It's kind of hard to be mad at him, because it's like, what could he have done? He wouldn't have beat Euron. So
that's for sure.
It's a tough decision. But I don't care about the Sand Snakes getting killed, though. I was like, okay, because like, no one liked the Sand Snakes anyways because they were kind of like they had potential.
I did, man.
I like them as
Jay, you just like that chick showing her titties.
Shut up! Listen,
that's not enough, man.
That's a lot actually. That's majority of the show. Matter of fact,
I like her from a distance though. Like these bitches have like ways to.
Yeah, they don't need actual screen time. They just need
they're like that eye candy that stands in the background, but like you don't need them in the plot and shit. So
yeah,
they kept one alive.
Like those Targaryens that be fucking in the back, and you be looking at them while another person be talking. Like you be interested, but you ain't like too interested.
But you trying to figure out what everybody else is doing. Like, hold up, what that nigga in the back?
Like that scene where Littlefinger was just talking about random shit, and the two prostitutes were just fucking in the background, like.
Yeah, that's exactly what that's like. So
the anime is straight. I mean, the anime. See, Jay got me.
Hey, see, listen, this is a high quality anime, man. This is a very high quality anime.
The show is straight away from that. Like, my two sisters are trying to catch up, and I've been seeing them watch the earlier seasons, and yeah, I forgot how much nudity there used to be. So it's kind of a shame, but at the same time, I'm not too bothered because now it's like they're like when they show it, it counts. And there's like just don't
it counts a lot.
Yeah,
so, counts a lot.
You don't need none of that fucking shit.
Yeah. I liked. Oh, there's so many good scenes. I liked the Nymeria scene when she showed up with her wolf pack and she recognized Arya, but it made sense for her to not go with Arya because like that's like what she meant when she's like, that's not you. Like she's a wild wolf. She's not a domesticated wolf. She wouldn't have gone back with Arya. She's out. She got her own homies now.
But no one's out there. That Nymeria is the biggest out of all of them, like that for real.
She was big as fuck. Like
that's because when I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Nymeria is a dire wolf, not a regular wolf, and the other ones were regular wolves.
No, what Rincho is saying is that she's bigger than all the dire wolves.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Like huge.
Like, but I think
she's
the reason why she's
bro.
So big is. Yeah, I think the reason why she's so big is kind of the same way why Drogon is so big is because she's been out in the wild and so she's had time to grow and because she's had time to roam and free and she probably can eat as much as she wants and stuff. And the same with Drogon. Drogon escaped Daenerys and went out and did his own thing and he was able to have room to grow and eat and stuff while the other two dragons were locked up all the time. So they weren't really like I forgot someone said that in Game of Thrones, the dragons are able to grow. They're able to grow bigger if they have more space to grow, I guess. So that's why Drogon is so big, and that's why Nymeria is so big. And also, that was a dope scene where Arya, like, she was gonna go kill Cersei, and then Hot Pie was like, "Hey, you know that your bastard brother came back from the Night's Watch with a bunch of wildlings and fucked niggas up, and now he's the king of the North." And she's like,
"She goes, what?
You're lying."
You're lying.
Like, nah. I was like, I ain't playing with you. She's like, oh shit. Well, let me go there. I like how when Sansa was bitching so much at Jon, and he's like, "You queen now, bitch," and she's like, "All right, you know what? Let me shut up."
She's like, "Oh yeah, go on and do you, bro? That's you."
Yeah, she's like, "Don't you go over there? That's dangerous." He's like, "But you'll be queen whether I live or die." She's like, "You know what, Jon? Good luck with your journey."
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I like that scene with Jon and Littlefinger. That shit was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That nigga was all like,
I love your
sister. Yeah, see,
like,
that's another perfect example of something that's so small that they could have cut out of the show and we didn't need to see it. But like, I'm glad it was in there because it establishes like so much. Like he basically is just like, yeah, by the time I come back, Littlefinger, if you're still here, I want your mouth sewn shut. Like you need to not be talking. At all.
Like I do like also that it basically is like basically the same. Like the fact that he choked him out right next to Ned Stark's statue when Ned's the last person who choked him out like that.
Yeah.
Like, but because I feel bad for Littlefinger because he doesn't know how to talk to Starks. Like he doesn't realize
he
that,
be
like,
trying to finesse niggas when he doesn't need to. He could have just been straight up, just be like, "Listen, my nigga, like I'm trying to smash your sister." In his attempt to try to appeal to them, like he actually ends up pissing them off. Like when he like was bringing Ned to like Catelyn, and he thought that he was implying that Catelyn was a whore by bringing him to a whorehouse, and he started strangling him out. And this part, he's just like, "I loved your mother," and then he's just like, "I loved your sister, like I loved your mother." He's like, "Nigga, wait,
what?
Nigga,
huh?" Like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the Sam carrying the grayscale on Jorah. The one thing that was kind of making me
when he was peeling his skin off.
Oh god! And then that transition to the food. Why are they doing that so much?
I hate it when Game of Thrones does that. Like that is the worst.
These writers hate people. First, remember last season when they just randomly showed that little kid's dick in our face out of nowhere? Like no.
Yeah, there's someone doing.
then they had the first episode where they were going through the soup and the poop, and now they're going from pus to pie. Like, no, you can't be doing that shit. You need to stop. And they fuck with people. You know that they get a kick out of that shit. Like, no, I
just waiting for the transition from titty to more titty. Like, can we please get that? That is the one transition that Game of Thrones has not given me. Like, what the fuck?
What they gonna do is like POV shot of a nigga nut and dead in the camera.
I know.
Oh no! Fuck you, Rich. Though.
They're gonna fuck it up for you. But the one thing I do like that he's killing the grayscale, but I do think it's kind of like a Deus Ex Machina type shit where it's like he's gonna kill him with Dragon Glass. Like Dragon Glass can just fucking do everything. It's like that shit from Star Trek. Like those what were they called? Those little furball things.
Yeah, but we also have to remember that this is.
There you go. Dragonstone is Hashirama cells.
Here's the thing though, is it's great to understand a lot of that stuff and to think that, but this is Game of Thrones. Nothing that we have thought was straightforward was ever really straightforward. Like, I don't feel like, I mean, I don't, yeah, like, but I do feel like there is a lot of, I mean, on one hand, and I do like that because I am kind of feeling like, as much as I enjoy seeing, and I have to be careful, as much as I enjoy seeing all these victories and seeing all this stuff, I have to also take it with a grain of salt because, like, on one hand, it's just like, and people have been saying this, they're like, I don't like that in the show. There's just so much like victorious stuff and so many satisfying things happening, you know, because Game of Thrones is that's only because it shows you the perspectives that you want to win.
Exactly, but don't fall into that trap because remember we were watching Robb Stark and he was fucking everything up. He was getting bitches and he was getting soldiers and all this shit. And we're like, oh man, Robb is winning, man. He's got an army. He's taking everything over. He's fucking a bad bitch. He's at a wedding now and all this other shit. And then they're like, nope, psych, all y'all dead. Pregnant wife, stab, stab, stab. So like,
is that your mom right there? Slit that bitch throat. Like,
yeah. So they're gonna be like, oh, like, yes, now we've got Jon Snow, the King of the North, united with Daenerys. They got dragons, and they're gonna go riding into King's Landing, and then all of a sudden, spear dragon dead, Drogon, all 3 dragons dead. And then the White Walkers are gonna show up, and then they're gonna be like, Cersei, we needed those dragons to kill the White Walkers. And Cersei's like, well, I just killed them niggas. Now the White Walkers are like, ha, no dragons now, bitch. And then she's gonna use wildfire. She's gonna blow up the Dragonstone. No more Dragonstone or no more Dragon Glass. I just feel like it's gonna be something where it's like we have all of the tools to win, and we're gonna fuck all it up.
Yeah, and then there's also quite a few parts where people are just like, where it would be easy to deceive people thinking that, oh yeah, Jon Snow is gonna team up with Daenerys. And then now that I think about it, like, there was one line when she was talking to Tyrion and Varys when she was like having that meeting, and she was like, yes, set up a meeting with the King of the North. And then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just go ahead and send a raven. Make sure to tell him that he's going to bend the knee. And then as soon as Tyrion heard that, he was just like, oh.
He's like, well, fuck, you fucked it up. Like,
why you gotta do all that, bitch? Can't we just have a partnership? Why you gotta fuck shit up? Like, we was cool.
She's basically no different than Cersei in that matter.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It's like, why can't you say, let's meet up as homies? Like, before she even met this guy, tell him, like, you can't just go into a stranger's house and be like, bend the knee, bitch. Like, damn, like, at least have a conversation first. But I don't think that's a problem anyway, because I don't feel like obviously Jon doesn't want to be king of nothing. He just wants to defeat the White Walkers. That's all he cares about.
Exactly, so, and he's probably gonna make it seem like, oh well, yeah, I mean I guess I'll bend the knee, but it's like, are you gonna help me with this White Walker situation? She's gonna be like, well, that's none of my business, because I think I'll be fine. But I mean, we'll work something out, I guess. Like she just seems like she's gonna sideswipe a nigga, like.
That's why I'm kind of skeptical, because it seems like it's a perfect partnership. It's like they both want 2 different things that don't collide with each other. Like, Jon killing the White Walkers won't interfere with. I mean, Jon wanting to kill White Walkers does not interfere with Daenerys wanting the Iron Throne, and vice versa. So like, Jon doesn't want the Iron Throne. And Daenerys is like, okay, I'll lend you a dragon. You could ride one of them niggas off to Winterfell and burn some White Walkers, and then meet me back to fuck Cersei.
That'll be something else if that happens. If she goes, yeah, take a dragon, because with him being a fucking Targaryen, yeah, nobody can control dragons. But for her to figure out like it'll be one thing if Jon Snow interacts with one of the dragons like on the way there, like even if it's something so small as he's walking into the kingdom and he sees one of the dragons and the dragon acknowledges him, like kind of like what happened with Tyrion. Yes.
Yeah. That would actually be pretty dope. In fact, and I feel like
I'm in the middle of something.
I feel like it'd be too shonen for them to just have what's his face?
Oh my god.
Fucking like when they reveal Jon Snow is like a Targaryen, I feel like there's no way that they can reveal that Jon Snow is a Targaryen and that he's the nephew of Daenerys, and for it to not be kind of stupid, like there's no one alive to confirm that. So I feel like they should never actually tell. Like they should never, he should never find out.
I don't think it's something that should actually exist. So like it'll just be one of those things that we know and we can acknowledge.
It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that we know, and like they'll never find out, but we'll always know. And they can have some nods to it, like you said. If Jon is like walking up and a dragon just starts licking him and shit, like that would be pretty dope. And then you just have people be like, "The fuck, Nani?" Like that would be enjoyable. But
don't understand this.
I feel like it would be too on the nose to just be like Bran show up. Oh, I had a green dream, and he's like in a wheelchair.
Oh my god!
Xavier's into the Dragonstone.
Nah.
Oh, by the way,
I will say I'm very glad that we got no Bran in this episode, because I am so tired of seeing Bran. Like he just annoys the fuck out of me, dude. Like
he doesn't annoy me.
It's
all his fault. That's it.
Yeah, you're the reasons why your parents died. Like
I know you up there climbing. If he wasn't climbing that tower, like
literally none of this would have happened if he wasn't climbing that tower. So
I mean, you could turn that each other way. Like it's always somebody's fault. Something happens. So
Jon wouldn't have got sent to the wall. Like, come on, man, come on.
Well, Jon was going to the wall no matter what. So
Bran's responsible somehow.
Okay, whatever. Was there anything else from that episode though that was like really dope?
Yeah, Cersei gearing up for war, man. Like that's one thing that I thought was like it was just so convenient. All of a sudden it was just because I think we've only seen like the Dragon's Den like 2 or 3 times, and like I remember one of them was an episode where
they only showed it one time where Arya was hiding
exactly. And so it's just so interesting to see like the sheer scope of how many dragons there were compared to how many dragons there are now, and like how big like that one dragon was. Oh my fucking god, that shit is like as big as a building.
Well, the White Walkers are one thing, but I'm also glad that they're acknowledging that the dragons exist even though they haven't seen them. Because like for a while people were like saying, "Oh, there's a rumor she has dragons."
Yeah, there's a rumor. Yeah, it's not real.
But now it's kind of hard to believe when you're hearing countless like accounts of them burning shit, and like and then for King's Landing. So now it's like you definitely can't be saying dragons don't exist when you've got freaking skulls of them in your basement. So it's like you have living proof. Like but I mean, I guess if someone said there were dinosaurs running around in Africa eating niggas, I wouldn't believe them either. But whatever. But I also like that. I also like that, like, people, I mean, like, people have been complaining that Daenerys is too overpowered. She has too many armies, and she has dragons. But now we're seeing, and that was Balerion the Dread Skull, and he was the biggest dragon ever. And to show that spear just totally pierced through his skull like it was butter, yeah. If even one of those things gets a body shot or a headshot on a dragon, they're fucking dead for the most part.
Which one of them was still injured? The dragons, was it Drogo that got injured? Or shot the arrow?
He was the one who got like the spear stone at him and stuff. Yeah.
So
but they didn't really hurt him. They just kind of pierced him. But that showed that he could be wounded.
Nah, that shit's gonna come back. I bet this nigga's gonna be flat.
I think it's so interesting that such a small little detail that even during that episode, during that battle, nobody acknowledged except for like obviously like fucking Daenerys. You know, like that's such a small detail that found its way all the way not only to Westeros but to the fucking nigga that just happens to work under Cersei. To like,
there's a lot of stuff like that. That's why I like about Game of Thrones. There's a lot of small details, and usually they'll show you like a preview from like a previous scene from when it happened. Like when they had the first episode where they flashed back to those people that the Hound robbed, and they did it, and he's like, oh, and they're like, oh, you just stole all their money and food. Now they're gonna die, and then they end up dying, and you can see them. Like the fact that they don't forget stuff. We don't got no fucking Walking Dead helicopter. We don't have no polar bear from Lost. We don't have something that is foreshadowed.
Basically almost everything in this show is like it's there for a reason. Like it's not.
We don't have no
just there
Rencho. We don't have no Jotaro saving Jotaro from the future or
you're not gonna let that go, are you?
and never fucking, and it never gets to that. Like, yeah, I was so mad. So basically, Jay, there's this scene in JoJo's Part 4 where the reason he wears his hairstyle a certain way is because he was rescued by somebody when he was a kid that had the same hairstyle, and it was actually, they showed, basically all but showed you that it was him from the future that just came back from a fight or some shit. But then Araki ended up writing his story into a different direction, and they ended up never showing that, so it just gets kept ambiguous, even though it's super obvious, and it would have done a Bran Stark Hodor time loop, awesome like shit, but it's like, whatever, get it.
Oh, so it's like the Pikachu theory, basically, where the reason why Ash has a Pikachu is because Professor Oak's only Pokemon left was his Pikachu that he had, but he got that Pikachu from the Sinnoh region. But the only reason why he got the Pikachu was because a trainer went into the past, who was Ash, during a movie, had a Pikachu with him, so he decided to have a Pikachu from Sinnoh. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So when he grew up, he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a Pikachu. So nobody really knows like who originally gave Ash the original Pikachu. Like it's just like that paradox where it's like the chicken didn't come before the egg. It's like they're connected. Like, and I like that's the only way to do time travel, by the way. Like I hate this shit. Like that's why I couldn't watch stuff like fucking like Terminator or what was the other one, or the not Guardians of the Galaxy, that fucking DC show, Legends of Tomorrow and shit. Like I don't like when they try to, like, people try to talk about changing the future and changing the past. It's just like it doesn't work. It just doesn't make sense, like for that stuff to happen. So, but like I like the concept of like you're not changing time, you're actually completing you're just completing the loop, basically. Yeah, the whole like a movie part of time existing anyway is because you went back in time. Like in the first place, you obviously triggered. Yeah.
Or the Flash. Oh my God, the Flash be pissing me off with all their bullshit they be trying to do to justify time travel. Like it's all over the fucking place. So yeah, I like how like.
And back when I was a kid, the Flash couldn't time travel, man. He could only run really fast and vibrate through shit.
I know.
Like, there was no.
When they introduced time travel, especially in the TV show.
Fucking Rincho, old ass man. There was no reason for him to ever.
Back in my day.
Yeah, there was no reason for him to ever time travel, and the only time you ever saw like any like means of it was in a different universe or like in a different time.
Oh, by the way, I don't want to talk about it too much, but let me tell you how stupid the Flash's time travel shit is. So first of all, spoilers for the like latest season if you haven't watched it. The main villain and it was kind of obvious, I kind of knew this, I just didn't know how, but the main villain was Barry from another, like, well, it wasn't Barry from another, yeah, it was Barry from the future, but it wasn't actually Barry. It was an evil clone of Barry. It was a time remnant that he created, because when Barry travels too fast, it's like, you know how like, and I hate when movies don't do this too, like the not the the Almanac Project or whatever the fuck movie, where like when he went back to like
the butterfly effect. Is that what you're talking about?
No. It was called like the Almanac Project or something. It was like made by the people who did fuck, I can't remember that, who made Chronicle or something, I think, or whatever. Where like the guy creates a time machine and he like sees himself at his own birthday party in a mirror or something. And like they had some time, they had some time loop stuff in there, but they also had some stuff that didn't make any sense. Like there was this one part where they like went to Coachella or something, and then he fucked up hooking up with some girl, so he goes back in time to fix it. But then when he goes back in time the second time, himself who went back in time the first time wasn't there. So it's just like that doesn't make any sense. But in the Flash, they try to do that to where Barry would travel back, and he was like traveling through time so many times that he was just creating duplicates of himself. Basically, it's like that glitch that you would use to duplicate Pokemon in Pokemon Silver and Gold. You remember that shit? Mm-hmm. Where you would like fuck around with the PC and then you would create you would just duplicate your Pokemon. That's basically what he was doing. He was duplicating himself and creating time remnants and shit. And then they basically just had to kill themselves because there couldn't be more. And I guess one of them didn't die, and they like shunned him. They're like, "Oh, you're not the real Kanye." Like. So he was like, "Oh,
yeah, podcast."
But it was like the time remnant wasn't accepted or whatever because he wasn't the real Barry Allen or whatever the fuck. But that shit was stupid. And there was some other stupid time travel bullshit that they had. Like, I'm trying to fucking remember what it was. Fuck, I can't remember.
Why is it always fuck up time travel? They're just like, oh, how do we fuck up this concept? Like, is that just the main plan going into
the whole?
Oh yeah. Here's the other stupid thing. Hold on. Let me say that there's the other stupid thing in the Flash. That was the main problem in that season, was that basically he traveled to the future on accident, and he saw Iris getting killed, and they were like, and then so he goes back to his timeline, and then he's like, oh, I saw Iris getting killed in the future. So it's like, oh, okay, we need to figure out how to get a different future. It's like, if you can travel to the future and the past, why don't you just travel to before she dies and saves her? What? I don't understand. Or why don't you just create time remnants and then you can just have a whole army of Flashes to fight them? There's just so much like the fact that they have so much OP time travel shit in the Flash. Then you're always gonna be asked, why don't you just spam all this stuff? Why don't you just abuse it? Like if you can travel through time, you should never be in a hurry to do anything. You should never have to fix something.
You should never be late, my nigga.
You should literally have all the time in the world, or even the Barry in the future who like he's just like, oh man, I quit being the Flash because I lost Iris. Nigga, you can time travel. Go back and fix it. What the fuck do you have to lose? The worst that could happen is she dies again anyways. So they didn't have a scene where he's like, I time traveled like 50,000 times, and no matter how many times I time traveled, I just couldn't save her. Which I guess he's just like, well, I don't want to create another.
That would be a lie.
Flashpoint.
Take your ass back in time, figure out the motherfucker that killed her, and then kill him.
Maybe he just figured I don't want to create another Flashpoint paradox where when he saved his mom, he fucked up the whole planet or whatever. So he's like, well, let me just let Iris die to save the world or some shit. So yeah, Richo wants Barry to go back in time and have sex with his mom, and that's how he gets born.
It would have fixed a whole lot of problems.
That's how it works in Futurama.
Oh yeah, I forgot Fry did that shit. Everything worked out. He became his grandfather.
Oh my god, he became his grandfather.
Yeah, no weird questions about it either.
It worked perfectly.
Yeah, it's like you were born, right? Oh yeah, then cool. I mean, as long as you just don't fuck your grandma again, you should be fine.
I'm just saying, you can't worry about you being a retard either. If you are a retard, like you just already that way. Look at Barry Allen, you doing stupid shit.
Yeah, turns out you're the one who caused yourself to be a retard in the first place. That kind of just fixes the whole loop of things, really.
I know. Problem solved.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Well, RoboCast, if Flash is the type of nigga to be late for everything, even though he can move at the speed of light, like he's the fastest man alive who always late. Like I know, how do he be late to work? I don't like that they the Flash's speed is inconsistent. Like, you know, remember those scenes from the X-Men movies with Quicksilver where he'd be going so fast where time literally doesn't move. That's how fast the Flash is, but they don't show him do that anymore. Do you remember wait, Rincho, you've watched the season 1 of Flash, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he was fighting against fucking Zaz and he was like cloud nigga and shit, and like he was he didn't need to worry about, now he does all this like vibration shit so nobody can see him, but he didn't have to worry about that because in the first season I remember the Flash was going so fast that like nobody else was moving, like his perception of time was so quick that everything, like time was basically frozen. And I guess they figured that would make him too overpowered, but that's how fast he was. And so for them to decide, nah, he's not that fast. Like, I hate watching the Flash when he's like running so fast and some like random ass thing will just punch him out of his speed. I'm like, you shouldn't even be able to see him move. Like, and there's scenes though where he moves so fast where nobody can see it. I mean, other than the like. I would like
to remind everybody that this show would not exist without Smallville. I just would like to remind everybody, Smallville was the originator of that technique where you're moving so fast you're literally the Blur. So I do want to let you guys know that.
I also don't like that about the Flash in the DC movies.
Oh, we also got to thank Heroes for making a shitty ass.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like Heroes was also a thing that really spawned off a lot of the television shows. Matter of fact, we can probably blame those two shows for having a Marvel Cinematic Universe in the first place, because Marvel was like, hey, we got to get some of this live action shit popping, man. Hey, let's turn Iron Man into a cinematic universe. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of this
Gifted show that's not X-Men, but it's like mutants or this Inhumans that like I feel like some stuff shouldn't be made into TV shows because the special effects are just shitty. I do think that Star Trek with Sasha as the main character looks pretty dope though. So
I think Gotham should have never existed.
Marvel has really bad TV shows and some.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, they do. They have really bad Gotham's TV shows. Yeah.
Which reminded me that Ian Gallagher is the fucking Joker in that show.
Yeah, like that's why I had a hard time watching.
I almost threw up when you said that.
Why is the Joker sucking dick all the time? Like, what's going on?
Wait a minute, he's kissing a boy. Stop.
I just realized that the Starks are basically Gallagher's. Like, haven't you thought about that, Jay?
A little bit, except a couple of them
the Gallaghers
are dead,
have so many opportunities to succeed, and they always fuck them up.
I know, they fuck it up. How do they keep fucking up everything? Like, everything.
Both the Gallaghers and the Starks, like, it's like it's like Rob, he could have had everything, but he's all about honor. Fiona could have had everything, but she's like sex. It's tomato, you know, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure, why not? I don't see the direct correlation really, but all right. I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Frank and Bran are the same person. They always tend to fuck up the most simplistic shit. Like, all you gotta do is just not drink alcohol and not do stupid bets. Oh, fuck you, man.
That's lit too, though. Like, Oh, you're in the earlier seasons. You haven't got to the part where Lips drinking really fucks shit up though. Like,
I haven't got to Lip just fucking up things. He's fucking a lot of people in college though.
Oh man, you're at the young naive part. Oh man, that was before he met that fucking teacher. Fuck that bitch. That shit.
Oh yeah, that was the beginning of the end right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Once it was just like Renshaw. How bad do you care about spoilers?
Not that much.
Okay.
No, I don't want you to spoil it though. Like he doesn't care, but I care that he gets spoiled. I want him to see all that stuff for the first time. He's making progress.
Yeah.
We can wait. Okay,
Yeah,
we've already had our own conversations though, Jay. So we can wait for him to catch up and shit like that. But like, man, he should have just stayed with that fucking Asian chick though, with the scientist dad. That was rich as fuck.
Oh, you mean the bitch that dies in Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's my favorite.
Wow, she's typecast, man. She a bitch and everything.
Yeah, she is. And she was also in Scott Pilgrim, and she played the exact same character.
Same with Fiona. She could have got all those benefits and shit. She just didn't have to fuck her boss. Oh, that was a spoiler, but whatever.
We don't know. We don't know which boss.
Yeah, oh, that's true. She's always fucking her boss, so that could be anything.
That's
true,
that's just a normal thing for this broad, man. She just stay fucking other people's men. She's got a problem, man. She's got a problem. I can't wait for this fucking show to come back.
What's his face? Kev could have kept his bar if he just let that bitch own it. Like it was the same. Like, man. Actually,
now that I think about it, like after that season, I probably was just like, yeah, I would have did the same thing. I wouldn't have let her own my bar. Fuck that.
I mean, would you have gone to dancing at strip clubs and getting hand jobs for $100 an hour or whatever?
Yeah.
Whoa, Richo. That was too quick an answer.
No, I agree with Richo. Absolutely, of course.
Alrighty then.
There's a lot of strange things you do for a piece of change, man. Come on.
You see all the Comic-Con trailers?
Like the nigga said, it's just a hand straight.
Nah,
Pussy.
I saw bits and pieces of Stranger Things. I saw bits and pieces of Justice League. I'm not excited for anything except for the Hey Arnold movie. So.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did hear you watching that Ready Player One trailer with Iron Giant in it.
Oh yeah, that looked pretty dope. But I'll probably just be like, whatever. It's just another.
I don't know.
I hope it doesn't turn out to be gamer. That's the only thing I don't want.
You know what? That's also the thing though, is that it's just a trailer. Like you can't be excited about trailers anymore because, in fact, there's some movies where I'm like, man, that movie was shit. But that trailer was dope. I want to rewatch that trailer. Like I actually rewatched the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer the other day because that trailer was lit. The movie was garbage, hot garbage. Suicide Squad's trailer was amazing too, and the way that they edited together the music and stuff. Movies are shit, but like the trailers are always great though. Like so that's the thing.
Suicide Squad had a lot of highlight moments, like Margot Robbie's ass, my face, her.
But I actually, when I finally saw the movie, I was just like, oh man, I don't understand. Where's all the hype from the trailer stuff? Like that was the hype for the movie.
Suicide Squad is like a perfect example. Suicide Squad is like an ecchi anime. Without the fan service, the plot is garbage, and it's fun to react to, but it's not something you would watch in your own time. At least that's how I look at it. So like, you get this really popular ecchi anime where it'll have like a lot of fan service in it, but it'll have like six on my anime list, 3 stars on Crunchyroll, because it's like the fan service like wears off after a while. Like after like watching for so long, it's just like unless it can hold its own. It's not everything can't be High School of the Dead. Everything can't be Prison School where it has fan service and it's really good without it, or just like
I know they're trying to make a story, but they can't.
They should have just made a Harley Quinn Deadshot movie. It shouldn't have been Suicide Squad because without Deadshot or Harley Quinn, the others are forgettable.
I think the road to success with a lot of these like built up universe, multiple character type shits. Let's all first of all say thank you to Tom Holland for doing a good job as Spider-Man.
No Man's Sky, yeah,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is the reason why the Marvel Cinematic Universe works the way it does is because it's taken the time to build up a universe. You can't can't just throw a bunch of characters into one single fucking movie thinking it's gonna work, because then you end up with Spider-Man 3. And obviously we see how that went. Yeah, and let's not even forget that the main portion of Spider-Man 3 was not just because there were too many villains. Like there was just way too much bullshit going on that you couldn't convey a very good story. At first it's like, Mary Jane, I want to be with you, but I can't be with you because I'm Spider-Man. But on the other hand, I'm Spider-Man. I should be able to do this. And now my hair is black and I'm emo and dancing down the street.
I gotta dance.
Yeah, in fact, did you see like there was like a CinemaSins on that movie where they're like, his hair was brown in this shot, 5 seconds later, now it's pitch black. Like what?
So
But
I like it when everyone wants to talk shit about Spider-Man 3. They always cut to that him dancing.
It's a shame too, because I was really hyped for Spider-Man 3, because after Spider-Man 2, where you build up Doc Ock, like Spider-Man 2 is probably arguably one of the best like superhero movies of all time, period, whatsoever. Like no fucking discussion necessary, because Spider-Man 2 was one of those things where it built up more than it just built off of the first one. Like the first one was really exciting because you got to see aside from X-Men, which came out the year prior, you really got to see like more superheroes coming out, and it was like very exciting time. And then next thing you know, you see like one of the most iconic Spider-Man villains being brought to life, and Willem Dafoe did a really fucking good job. Like he was creepy, he was hilarious. He was like,
oh yeah, we gotta give him credit for fucking playing Ryuk in Death Note.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He just basically takes any role and just fucking.
That was one of the one things too in that Death Note trailer. Like, this movie looks like it's shit, but that Willem Dafoe, that's
so we really owe it to Spider-Man 2 for like paving the way for Iron Man 2, not Iron Man 3, Thor, fucking, you know, Captain America. Like all of these movies came out because of Spider-Man.
Actually,
you know, like
Iron Man 2 was trash.
Yeah, you thought Iron Man 2 was trash? I didn't think it was better than the first one. I thought it was okay.
I can't remember it.
It was
exactly.
It was basically like War Machine shows up, like you know, they did
Whiplash
the American flag thing.
And
yeah.
they blow him up with a Gallic gun in like 5 seconds after he shows up. And shit.
They did a Far Cry 3 on that nigga.
Shit, like.
They did a Far Cry 3 on that nigga. They hyped him up through all the trailers. He gets beat in 12 seconds, like.
Right. They pulled a boss on that nigga, like.
So yeah, I didn't appreciate that. No, thank you. Thanks a lot.
That was the one where somehow Ned Stark, what the fuck?
Oh my god, that is
Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that meme. There must always be a Stark of Winterfell, and Tony Stark with his arms out, and
he's just like, I'm here.
But like how Tony somehow teleported into the Grand Prix or whatever the fucking somehow got onto the racetrack and shit. Like,
yeah,
just like, whatever.
in Italy, mind you, and he was in New York, which is a fucking 12-hour flight. No matter, I mean, well, if you're in the Iron Man suit, it only takes like an hour. So.
I mean, if you're Varys, you can just teleport to a ship from fucking,
yeah, but that's Varys' thing, man. Like, Varys is just, he's Nightcrawler, bro. He just poofs in and out. Like, he's like, am I needed? No. Where the fuck did that nigga go? Like,
I also thought about it. I understand that Varys is like, oh, my little birds are everywhere, even in the north. Like, that's how he found out that, like, someone tried to kill Bran. But I'm like, where were these birds, though? This conversation was in Bran's room. It was like 3 people. I'm like, you mean to tell me you got some little-ass kid? They have somehow get all the way up into the Stark
sometimes,
house?
That's the thing, though, is like sometimes they're kids, sometimes they're not. And also another thing is like his kind of iconic thing is he's always watching people in power, like even like their bloodlines, like later on, because he still had like, he had people following around the 3rd and 4th Lannister generations that were just chilling at Castle Rock. So like when he found out that Jaime's like 3rd cousin or something was killed, he was just like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this to you. And he was like, fuck that nigga, I don't give a shit about him. I don't give a shit about the rest of the Lannisters.
Or like how he was the only one who like knew like what was going on with the Targaryens. Everybody else had forgot about that shit. So.
Exactly. So like, especially so early on in the season too, when like they were just introducing like the Targaryen Empire and like the fact that she needed to go acquire this army and then go to Westeros. Like even then he knew about, yeah, Daenerys might be a problem, but he even admitted it in that episode that, yeah, I didn't have any information on you whatsoever. I was watching your brother.
I like that.
Yo,
I like that scene.
You got Battletoads, fam.
What?
Okay. I like that. I like that scene with Varys, with like Daenerys, because like I remember people were saying that they need to acknowledge that. They need to acknowledge that Varys tried to have her killed at one point. And so it would be kind of weird for Daenerys to be like, oh, what's Gucci? Oh, Nightcrawler Varys, you the homie. Let's go kill some White Walkers or whatever the fuck. Like she
called him into question. That. Yeah, I love.
Yeah,
that.
She called him on that shit. And I also like Varys' response. He's like, he's like, he
was proud of it too. He's like, you goddamn right. I was plotting behind that nigga back.
She's like, yeah, and I love that thing. I love how she's like,
trees.
I love how she's like, man, you're not loyal to anybody. You're loyal to everyone. He's like, no, bitch, I'm loyal to the people. I don't give a shit about none of y'all kings.
That gave me a like a ooh nigga, like yeah, he gave me that type of moment.
He's like when I was cast out and everything, and I like how he's just like, I've never been I was not no royal blood, no highborn. I was the peasant, and the things that kept me up were the small folk, the people. So that's who I'm loyal to. So if you want blind loyalty, you can burn my shit up or whatever the fuck. But
you might as well kill me now, bitch, because you are not getting that from me. But like. Man, this episode was just so fucking powerful, man.
That was a good stance though. That was like, oh, you're not loyal to anybody. I'm loyal to the people, and whatever's in the people's best interest, that's what I do. And I also like how when she told him right from the get-go, she's like, okay, well, if you ever feel like I'm failing everybody, say it to my face instead of scheming behind me. But I think that he would anyways, because Daenerys is one of those people to where, and she even put that on the table, to where if I'm doing something wrong, I want you to tell me. That wouldn't have worked with fucking
Cersei.
Robert.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have worked with Cersei. That wouldn't have worked with what's his face?
It probably would have worked with Ned.
Yeah, but the thing with Ned, and even Varys was trying to help Ned, but Ned was all about honor. We must tell everybody everything. Like, Varys tried to help Ned, but Ned wouldn't listen because he was too honorable and shit. That shit wouldn't have worked with Joffrey. Like, some people are just beyond reasoning with, so you have to scheme, because it's like, if you tell them and they say no, now they're aware that you don't agree with them, and now you got to deal with shit. So yeah.
Yo, Heavenly, I got another question for you, fam. Like, why'd you call your channel Heavenly Controller 2 if you know that you're not getting your other channel back?
All right, I'm banning you. I don't know who you are, but I don't want to listen to this shit.
That's okay, Echo.
Yeah, well, Echo is an echo of existence now. So, all right, what were we talking about?
Damn. Damn.
In fact, that's kind of weird that he even managed to get in here, because I didn't even know he still had.
He's Sonning, remember?
Oh, well, whatever. He's nothing. He's -0.
Oh my god.
All right. So, well, what else? What other Comic-Con trailers have we talked
about? Yeah, I guess we can talk about more Comic-Con stuff. I want to talk about Jake Paul.
I will say, if you haven't watched the Thor Ragnarok trailer, I wouldn't say to watch it. I mean, I watched it knowing that it was going to do this, but that was one of those trailers that spoiled everything. I feel
really?
like.
Okay, then I won't watch it.
I mean, it didn't spoil everything, but it spoiled a lot. Do I watch Power? No, my dad watches that. I don't watch that. I just feel like
I hear it's a really good show. Like
it is.
Yeah.
I
just feel like
Ghost.
Yeah, but I feel like the Power is that Power. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I just feel like it's just like a watered down version of The Wire.
It's black people's Game of Thrones right now. Like that's what it is. It's the black community's Game
I
of
don't
Thrones.
know.
Like, there was some. Have you seen the Wire, Renshaw?
Yeah, nigga. Of course I am. That's where my home. Like,
Renshaw was in The Wire. What are you talking about? Like,
I just feel like that I've seen there were like entire plot points from the Wire in Power, like the whole thing with Idris Elba and what's his face, I don't remember their names. How he was all about, I want my corners, I'm about selling drugs. He's like, I'm trying to elevate, I'm trying to be like in the business, I'm trying to get legit
drugs though. Like, honestly,
no, I'm not saying that the show. I'm not saying that the show, like, and even in The Wire wasn't about drugs. The Wire had different stories every season. I'm just saying that there's just stuff. I've seen so many shows like Power that there's just like, I've seen this before. I've seen that before, or whatever. Like, it's just stuff like that. So, but
I mean, I guess, but then you also have to take into consideration, that's the same thing with everything else. Like, you kind of just have to assume how stupid people are, and like a lot of people have never seen The Wire. Like, they'll never get around to seeing The Wire. Maybe, you know, when they start paying for their own HBO situation, like then they'll go and see The Wire. They'll be like, wait, what is this? Like, you know, and then it'll be like 20-30 years down the road. So people will be referencing Power as if it's, you know, just like The Wire. So The Wire was really popular, like, so, you know.
Battle of Z equals Shinobi Striker. It's funny watching Afro make these Shinobi Striker videos. Like, nigga, you know this game is ass. Don't even try to, like, hype it up like it's not gonna be too garbage. That game just looked like Bob.
Trying to give it a compliment.
Hey, listen, man.
I've been saying that game
as somebody who is in the pocket of somebody else, okay, and you get free shit based upon your opinion, I could understand why I would flip flop back and forth. Like, this is trash, and then to be like, hey, this is about to be pretty cool though, but it's trash. Oh no, it's lit. Like, I would do that too. I would flounder back and forth and shit. So, you know, it is what it is, man. More power to you, brother Afro. Get this money, man.
I'm just saying.
Like, I remember people flaming me for
scan news. You struggling. Like, there's no.
I remember people like flaming me for saying that the game looks like shit, just because like these Naruto fans will like say anything is good. Like, oh, this is alpha footage, and then they came out with the trailer. Well, this is an actual trailer. It looks exactly the same. In fact, it looks worse. So, they just take it's freaking ripping voice lines from the Storm series and stuff, and just all that. So, yeah, it's just.
Well, I'm not. I've completely like my life has shifted so much. Like I forgot there was another Naruto game out, but I did not forget that Rensho owes me a copy of it because he lost that bet. I will never forget that. So I'm gonna be waiting come launch day, and then I'm gonna make like one video out of it and be like, "Thanks, Rensho." That's literally gonna be my whole video.
Watch
and
that
I'll
shit
never
get
play
delayed.
Rensho's all mad. He's out that game never
Like,
So-
hell fucking yeah, that game looked garbage. There's no name studio. Let it die. That shit got Bolt in the name. He ain't even a character.
Can we give?
I know they still haven't shown any of
Yeah.
that. That's like, and you know what? That guy that said that thing, Battle of Z equals Shinobi Striker. Another thing that makes that such a good comparison is because Battle of Z was all like Super Saiyan God Goku, and then I played that trailer. I'm like, and then like Goku versus Nappa. Like, what the fuck? I don't care about this. This is your demo. Like,
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
not
first
okay.
thing you show me. Yeah,
It's
so
the fact
you
that
fucked
game
that up.
looks ass and it's coming out. Kingdom Hearts is more reliable than this game. Like, come on, fam. Shit.
Yeah, someone asked me earlier in the comments. I didn't get a chance to respond if I'm hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like
You
I
can
don't
only
care
get
anymore.
so
Like, just release
hyped.
it.
Like
Just
you
release
can't.
the fucking.
Yeah, you
like-
can't. I don't need to see more trailer porn. I don't need to see more shit. Like, you've already convinced me of getting the game. But once again, I also say some people haven't seen any of the trailers. Like, there are still some people out there who live under rocks who don't know that there's a Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out.
Where is just flexing their Pixar boner? That's what they're doing.
I think it's great that there's a Toy Story world, that we're getting an update on you know, the Hercules levels and stuff like that. But this is all stuff I would expect. So, you know, it's not like I'm expecting
people
Kingdom
were
Hearts
asking
2
me
with
if I was hyped
fancier.
for that latest trailer, and this trailer is the same as the other trailer. I'm like, all it is some random ambiguous conversation that is out of context, and I have no idea what they're talking about, and it has nothing to do. Like, I've never cared about the plot. The plot has always been convoluted. It's never made any sense. And they showed some gameplay, yeah, but it was the same gameplay from. Aqua's demo, so.
There's very, very few people that know exactly what's going on in the Kingdom Hearts story, and those people don't talk to people. Like, let me tell you right now, if you're somebody who 100% understands what's going on in Kingdom Hearts, you probably only have 2 friends in your life. I'm just saying.
I do like that they show his Keyblade can turn into different weapons. Like, he had to turn into like a drill, a hammer, all these other things, and he was able to dig underground and come back out and hit
Hey
people
man,
and stuff,
listen,
so
I
that's
like
pretty
Gurren
cool.
Lagann just as much as the next person, but that shit did not need to be in my video game. No thank you. I'm good. I don't need that shit. No thank you, sir.
But just like it's like the same thing we were saying about Final Fantasy 15. It better not be like, it was like the game looks fine, just fucking release it, and then finally comes out and it's like, oh, remember all those summons in the trailer? Yeah, that you can't use that. Remember that flying car? Yeah, you gotta beat the game first. Like, hopefully you don't have shit like that. Like,
And then we got to patch it in there before you can even actually use it properly. So
yeah, like
sorry.
hopefully like 90% of the, or like half the stuff they show in the trailer like is like almost impossible to use, or you got to beat the game to use it. Like, that's freaking stupid. So hopefully it's not like that. Like, just release the game and like have it be just if it's like we said this, Jay, if it's Kingdom Hearts 2 with better graphics, that's all we need.
Yeah, I mean,
What is a
I'm not really
Keyblade?
yeah, I'm not asking for a whole lot, man. Just give me the goddamn game. Like, if you're gonna,
Nishing knows about that. There's the Keyblade and then there's the Keyblade.
Keyblade, yeah.
oh my god.
So
Nishing, let me ask you: do you understand 100% of the Kingdom Hearts story? I'm not gonna judge you if you do.
I do not.
Oh. Dang.
If anything, I'm just in it for the gameplay. You know, just give me the game.
Yeah. pretty
I've
much,
kind
right?
of stopped caring at this point.
I don't ever see like anytime in the foreseeable future. Obviously, they're gonna have like 1 or 2 because Gamescom comes up in the next month, so they'll probably show maybe some of the old Kingdom Hearts shit, like some Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff. We'll probably get 1, maybe 2 more trailers before the game actually comes out. Like, that's what I'm thinking. If you know, these weirdos are lucky, maybe they'll get a 3rd one, but I really hope not. So,
or just rather an actual trailer. You know what's so funny? I could, and this is how you know that they're stringing their shit out. I could take every little teaser of the trailer they showed, and you know what? I almost feel like doing it just for fun. Like, just be like an actual Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Like, if they actually took all the actual trailer parts, and then like they'll give you like a 2-minute trailer, right? Like, and then like they'll just like add like there'll be like 30 seconds of some dope shit, and then give it like some padding. Like really, they only had 30 seconds of stuff to show you. But like, you know what? Let's have him talk to Woody about friendship and the heart of the cards for like a minute and a half, so you can get a 2-minute trailer.
Hey, the heart of the cards is a real fucking political subject out here. Okay, don't get it twisted. Okay.
You could take every in development Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer and take the 15 seconds of actual
especially that first E3 one like 4 years ago when all you see is just the beach and then the music starts to kick up a little bit. You see Sora's big ass shoes and he just picks up the Keyblade. That's it. Like y'all really just like needed investor money that bad that you just needed like a 12-second little spot for E3. Okay.
Yeah. So if we can just get one actual trailer, but once again, like I remember Final Fantasy 15, they were giving us too many trailers. I'm like, is this game done? Like, honestly, I would have been fine if they just took an extra year to work on that game and then finish it. So
I mean, yeah, that would be fine. I mean, do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah. So. Other than that, I think like the Justice League trailer, and I was about to say this earlier. What I don't like about the Flash in this is that like, why does he cause a thunderstorm every time he like just even flinches in hyperspeed?
Because they wanna make a clear distinction that he's completely different than the TV version. That's what
that shit just seems so over the top though. It's just like that's so impractical. Like,
it's not necessary. Like I can't even walk in a room. Like
I know I can't even save a nigga from getting mugged in a liquor store without shutting off his electricity. Like I don't think I want to do all that. Like
then you destroy the security camera, so now you can't even really prove it. It's just like it's just too much of a hassle.
Like I'd be like, oh, I'm late to work, but I can't go in hyperspeed because I'll EMP the entire freeway and make everyone's car shut down. So like, it's just like
but then at least you won't be late for work. Everybody else will.
One of the things that I liked about like what I would want a superpower in real life is that obviously supervillains wouldn't exist. So I would just want to use my superpowers for practical shit. I wouldn't want to be a superhero, but like in that Flash's case, like unless you're fighting against an intergalactic villain or something, using that speed is super impractical in every other circumstance. Right. So it's too much. You can't even get away with it because like one of the things also is like I've watched enough movies like to where I'm like, if I have superpowers, I'm not gonna let people know so I can get dissected by fucking scientists and shit. I'll keep that to myself. You can't really keep that to yourself. Like that's really easy to find. So
right,
you know, I'd be like if I had super speed, I'd be like what's his face from The Incredibles. I would just be just faster than everybody else. I wouldn't be like breaking sound barriers and running on water and shit. I would just be faster than everybody else. So that's just like, oh, well, he's a black guy, so of course he's that fast. So they wouldn't question it, you know. So
yeah, but then again, I wouldn't be trying to do track meets and fucking 5Ks and 10Ks and shit.
True.
Like if anything, I'd probably just be doing the exact same shit I'm already doing now, just making it to the bathroom and to the kitchen faster. That's it.
But at the same time, I would use the speed in the way that I would use the speed in the way that he was using it in the show, where he was just going so fast that people wouldn't see it. Like, remember his teacher that was freaking the fuck out? He's just like, look, right here, I set up a camera, because he was always pulling pranks on his teacher. He's like, here, he's there. Then look, he's gone. Do you remember that scene? And he's like, you're crazy.
I can't wait for Incredibles 2, man. I'm excited about that. I saw a little bit, read a little bit.
Realize that nigga's name was Dash.
Yeah, like his name is Dash.
Couldn't it have been more obvious that this nigga had super speed?
I know they knew what his name was before did he come out the womb vibrate like the Flash? Like they knew he was gonna be super.
I think
speed,
so.
like,
yeah, I think it's because
bitch wasn't even pregnant.
Is it like in the ultrasound?
Was she even pregnant in the first place? Like,
nah.
That's
I know she could have gum Luffy barrage that shit out of her vagina. She could have just like stretched. You know,
he's good.
Or this nigga could have went back in time, and actually it was him all along.
All right.
Oh my god! So the so the Dash is gonna start time traveling and shit now.
Oh god no! Oh god no! All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about the shitty portion of. We talked about anime, so that was the other shitty portion. Jake Paul, Renshow, I want to start with you. How you like your white savior?
Oh my god!
You managed to watch any of his videos yet, Renshow? Have you seen some of the majesty that is Jake Paul?
Bro thing, and I'm just like, this can't get any more Caucasian than this.
I haven't watched a single one of his videos.
There's something mentally wrong with this person. Like, there is no possible way that you can tell me someone is doing these things on purpose. Like, you have to be otherworldly stupid.
Wait. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just looking in the Discord chat. Son Xavier just said, I prefer DVS over My Hero. And J-Dog just starts laughing, and then he starts laughing. Like, he knew it was stupid the moment he typed it. Okay, continue.
Oh my god, you guys are fucking hilarious, man. what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. I've gotten a chance to take a look at some of Jake Paul's videos and stuff, and really, I'm getting not this David Dobrik vibe from it, but like it's fairly close. Like this guy literally just makes up shit for him to do on a daily basis, so that way it can look like his life is popping. But it's really not. My guy is probably sitting at home alone all the fucking time. Well, then again, he's got all those people in Team 10. There's like 5 or 6 people that live in that fucking house. Which, by the way, Heavenly, I'm kind of pissed that you fucking had your channel deleted, because you were my one way out of the ghetto. I was gonna piggyback. I was gonna bust a Jason Nash and move out of my fucking house, out of the fucking ghetto. Okay.
Listen, bro, that since stays the same. I still get 20K views per video. It's no problem, man. The subs was just to look pretty and show to my friends. The views stay the same.
The problem now is I at least gotta like catch up a little bit. So, and because I've really like, I honestly have been looking at my channel more and more, and I was like, what is winning right now on YouTube? And it's a lot of the Jake Pauls. Even Cody Ko is doing really well because he's reporting on it a lot. A lot of the really fast-paced vloggers and shit. I'm like, man, this is really, yeah. He got swatted because I'm noticing somebody mentioned that in the chat. He got swatted twice. Keemstar reported on it today. I haven't had a chance to watch his second video, but I've been watching Keemstar like
Jake
crazy.
Paul?
Yeah, he got swatted twice. So yeah, and then
I'm just waiting for.
Oh, hold on. Lord Nishing is speaking.
All I want to say is, English. England. That's my city. Africa. That's my town.
I'm so mad because I almost spit out my fucking water on my floor. God damn it, England.
At first, I was like, what's this cool shit he's talking about? And then he kept going, and I was like, oh.
Oh my God, Nishing. Oh.
England is my city.
England is my city, bro. Absolutely. So, yeah, what's up, Who Cavs? What's going on, man? But yeah, I'm very excited to see like where YouTube is going, because at the rate that it's developing, and you see a lot of like people trying to copy that same type of mentality and stuff like that, and you can even see like gaming people starting to do it now, like where it's kind of turning the tides of like, okay, where's the rest of YouTube gonna go? Like, what's the new format? And for a minute, like, people thought it was just, oh yeah, if you just do vlogs, you'll be fine. But like, it's a specific type of vlog. Like, you can't have like just some shit where you're not doing anything all fucking day.
You just gotta be every day, bro. That's all. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, like, and at a certain point, you just gotta be like super gimmicky when it comes to certain things. Like, you just gotta find that one thing that you can do that's kind of embarrassing, and you're probably not okay doing it, but you do it anyway. So, and then just own it. Like the fact that this man was on the fucking news, and he took his camera. Did you see how they like ran off like little schoolgirls that just like made fun of you in the cafeteria?
Whoa!
Like, what are those?
Like high school kids?
It's like a SpongeBob posse. Like, oh my God, you got him, Jake. That was a good one. Like how fucking corny and cheesy can you fucking be?
Shit, that was an outdated one too. He should have just pulled out a fidget spinner. At least stay relevant.
They're like those textbook high school hype boys. Like, you remember where there would be like a whole group of guys, they'd be all like, oh, and they all look around, there's nothing happening. It's just a bunch of dudes just yelling for no reason.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my God, he dropped his chocolate milk in the cafeteria. Oh, he's not gonna be able to drink it because he's thirsty, he's parched. Oh, look at that, your throat is like the Sahara Desert. Oh, like shit like that.
Okay, Jay, you were too prepared for this.
You know what's funny is that was all off the top of my head, Joe. So
Jay used to be an everyday bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Asian.
Honestly, like, watching Jake Paul I can't say that it's like been inspiring, but it has gotten to a point where it's just like, you could tell like he was probably one of the kids like in middle school who wanted to be part of like somebody's clique. Like, he tried to hang out with the kids that were playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he didn't fit in, and he wasn't good enough to be in sports, but he was like funny enough to like make people laugh in class. Like, outside of class, like, in between classes, like, nutrition and lunch and stuff like that, people would not fuck with you.
That nigga fun enough to make people laugh. They were fun enough to make them laugh at him.
Exactly, that's what it was. Like, he thought he was the class clown when really we're just laughing at your attempts to be funny, and that's only in class. Outside of class, like, if we see each other in the hall, nigga, I don't know you. Like, we don't even have the same class.
Everybody laughs at in class, but it doesn't get invited to nothing.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, man, I don't get it. I'm so funny. Like, people are always laughing. And then his older brother is just like, yeah, but are people laughing at you, or are they laughing with you? What's the difference? Like,
You poor fucking you poor unfortunate soul. Like
cracking on time.
Yeah. What's the difference? Like, so you know, it's just so corny and so cheesy. But I'm glad to see that. It's almost like the original YouTube. Like YouTube was this thing where it's like broadcast yourself and who you are as a person and just share what you have with the world. Like that's what our YouTube was originally built on. So I like to see that, even if I like how it's never come into question that Jake Paul was fake. Like, it's never, like, everybody just recognizes, like, this is who he is. He's a fucking weirdo. He's a fucking asshole. Like, you know, he just does all these things because that's him.
I agree with Flex Martinez. Let's get it out because I don't want to talk about this faggot anymore anyways. I never wanted to.
Fuck you, Flex Martinez.
I'm not trying to get AIDS. Like,
it's not that serious.
Everybody,
so
even the haters are giving that guy enough attention. I don't want to participate in that shit.
So. I do want to participate in it, so I'm going to have this conversation with Nishing, so fuck you. So anyway,
just like I don't. No. Get the rest of it out.
I like where this is going. I can't say necessarily that I like Jake Paul or the shit that he's doing. Do I feel like it's cancer for YouTube? Yeah, but it might be some cancer that's fucking needed because I'm tired of seeing Call of Duty videos all over the place. I like seeing Jake Paul being plastered all over the place because people don't like him.
I'm to the point to where like I'm like Phil DeFranco. Like I've lost a lot of faith in YouTube to where like the fact that, and I'm gonna wait for this my YouTube contact to get back from his out of office vacation bullshit and tell him, because like
let's put you on the fryer real quick. Let's go ahead and talk about this situation.
Well, no, there's much more to talk about. It's just that my appeal that I sent in 4 weeks ago, I haven't even got a response from it. Like, it's one thing to get a rejected response, but I haven't even got a response. I just keep getting messages saying, "Oh, your appeal has already been sent in, and we're waiting to review." So, and I've had some people say, "Oh, it takes forever." So I'm like, well, whatever. I'll just basically pretend like it's gone and go about my business, and if I get it back one day, it's like, oh, great. But if like, but otherwise, like I'm gonna tell this guy the situation, and hopefully he responds and try to get to him as soon as possible. Whatever.
He's not even gonna talk to you because you don't have enough subs now.
Well, no, I have him as a contact just in general. That's one of those guys that's not linked to a specific channel, like that creator thing that's saying you need 100K subs to even send a message to. Is one of those people, if you have his email, that's all you really need. But
shoot his email. I need some help.
Because all these other email systems are all automated bullshit, and they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. And there's no one to contact about it, or whatever. So it's an overall broke as fuck system. So I've just learned that like not to.
Word is called fuck best.
Yeah, so I'm just not gonna fall victim to that shit anymore. So, but it's whatever. I kind of like it's kind of one of those things that everything, there's always a positive that they take out of everything, is that like there's a lot of stuff that I learned from this experience. So I'm not really so much like, oh, whatever. So, and I've seen it happen before where like somebody will like they'll lose their channel, and then their second channel will grow way past where their other channel was, because the stuff they learned from their first channel, they were able to carry over to the new channel. And if anything, honestly, it's easier to start over than to start from learn things as you go on one channel, because the way that YouTube's algorithm works is that it calculates how many views you get in all your videos and like how much you grow, and they advertise you in accordance with that. And so a lot of my older videos from earlier on are calculated into that. It's kind of like an Overwatch where like your MMR is calculated into all your matches, like quick play and competitive over all 5 seasons. So yeah, I told him already, but so it's better to start from 0.
He told me how you're spending. You guys are spending time on that wasteful fucking game. I'm good. I don't need that type of negativity.
Rencho got the W.
I mean, congratulations, Rencho. I'm proud of you.
Yes.
So
got larger.
Yes. It's funny, when I stopped giving a fuck, that's when I started gaining SR. So I guess that was the key.
You just gotta hate people.
Well, all right, for the people that are new, because obviously there's a lot of people that are new and people who don't fucking understand why exactly did you get your channel deleted?
No, if the people are new, fuck them. They don't need to know. I don't need to explain myself.
Oh my god, you are literally the worst person to hold a fucking conversation with.
I'm getting tired of that shit. Like, I've had to answer that question.
So anyway, to give people some fucking backstory, it's because you had not copyright, it was community guideline strike, right?
I just told you I don't want to explain it again. So if you want to explain it, I'm not about to say nothing.
No, I just need to clarify. Like you got one.
Okay, I got 3 community guideline strikes for videos that were uploaded a year ago, and I have sent in my appeals, and I'm just waiting for a response.
So we would like to let people know that it wasn't titties in the thumbnails, right?
It wasn't titties in the thumbnail.
Yeah, no, I don't even think any of those videos had titties in the thumbnails. And like that's why like I've been getting mad at these people saying, "Oh, Heavenly, stop live reacting to prison school. You're gonna lose your channel again." When like nothing I did for the past 8 months like had anything to do with.
Except for one of those videos that did accidentally have a titty in it that you didn't cut out.
Yeah, but that was still from like a long ass time ago. So
see,
that's
information that somebody would not have known if I didn't fucking ask.
If they're gonna give me a community guidelines strike on something, then they should give me a community guidelines strike on it when it happens, so that when it wears off and the other one kicks in, it's like they were like 3 months apart. So and then the last one was just the podcast, which makes no fucking sense. So that one is definitely like bullshit. So, but it is what it is.
I definitely would.
It's just sometimes just shit happens. Like I can't even. I'm not even really mad at the situation because like obviously like hindsight is 20/20, but in retrospect like there's nothing I could have done like without like knowing ahead of time about it. So it's like there was legitimately nothing I could do about it. I was defenseless against it, and shit just happened.
So YouTube hero that's just like Dwight from The Office, that's just flagging anything to possibly get on because he's Dwight. Like
yeah, like I mean I didn't make
actually
any mistakes in this situation.
To piggyback off of that, I was watching the most recent H3H3 podcast, and they had Jax Films and some other white guy I don't fucking know, but they were saying how, you know, they've been on the platform long enough, and like he's talked to some people that are higher ups in YouTube and stuff like that, and he was saying that they're basically, like, he confirmed it, that there are basically hands that are manipulating YouTube and what gets views and what doesn't get views and what gets pushed in front of people. Yeah, what gets not just a trending page, but what just like shows up on the sides of videos. Like it goes that deep. Like even like ads that play and stuff like that. Like certain people obviously get better ads, and then there's preferential treatment. Like these guys, him and Jax Films confirmed it. Now if it wasn't Jax Films and it was somebody else, like, you know, somebody I didn't fucking know, I'd have to call it into question. But
honestly, I don't feel like you would need confirmation. That's like Anderson Cooper telling us he were gay. It's like we already knew you were gay. You didn't need to tell us. Like
I know his hair is so Christmassy. Like it's like he's super gay. Like
that's not exactly okay, but okay.
That man has shiny hair though. Okay. That man's got shiny hair.
That's not what I wouldn't be like, oh, boy, you old ass nigga, so you gay, like you got white hair. Like that's not one of the examples I would use, but if that works for you, Rencho.
Hey, if it works. I mean,
so
what the fuck? It's
but
like Rencho's a weird ass.
I think that like it's one of those things to where like it's like a high risk high reward type thing. Through like all the stuff the bullshit I've gone through, I've learned to do things that other people haven't done through trial and error. Like I've learned what like how much clickbait can I use and get away with it, as opposed to how much is going too far. In the same way of how to live react to anime without getting copyright strikes. So and everybody else is just afraid to do it because like, well, I'll lose my channel. It's just like, well, I took that risk and I lost my channel, but
you've done it quite a few times too, with multiple channels too. So you had it like down to like a fucking like to the letter. Like this is the way it's supposed to be. Like this is how long you can leave a clip up. You know. Yeah, and they're also growing pains too. Like any person that you've talked to that is extremely successful, they've had to gone through a lot of sacrifice. They've had to lose a lot. So it's like if you haven't lost anything,
yeah, just like that Gatorade commercial. The secret to victory is getting your ass kicked. The L's.
Yeah, pain is weakness leaving the body. Exactly. So like, if you haven't gone through some shit yet, like you're not going to succeed because it's like one of those things. And he was right. Like, have you seen the movie Limitless, Jay, with Bradley Cooper?
Yes, I have.
He was telling him, like, you know how he's using his NZT pills to be all successful and stuff. He's like, you were just blessed with knowledge. You didn't have to marry the right guy's daughter and go to the right parties and attend all this stuff. You didn't have to go through the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to know. Like, you can't just have the talent. You also have to have the experience and go through some stuff first to know. Like, you need to know what it feels like to lose to succeed, basically, like to truly succeed. So
that's what I say on my job interviews all the time. Be like, so why should we hire you? Because I've lost enough times to know how to win, my nigga. And they'd be like, ooh,
exactly.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. So
okay,
yeah, y'all can take that.
I think that's a good point to end it off. Jay, is there anything else you want to talk about before we cut this?
No, not really. Everybody bow down to our Lord and Savior, Nishing and Jake Paul.
Lord Nishing, yes.
Mostly Jake Paul.
Why?
I'm not gonna.
The Platinum Power Ranger Ren Show.
Yeah, the Platinum Power Ranger Ren Show. So
also Ren Show himself has. Rencho himself has admitted that JoJo's is gay, so let's just
yeah, that's when a high power tells you that, like, yeah, this anime that I've been watching for a very long time turns out to be gay. It's like, but everybody's been telling you like tons of times, and you're just like, no, I got evidence that says it's not gay. But then when it finally hits you, you're just like, wow, like, what have I been doing? So, shout out to that.
Yeah, you guys saw how clever I was with that prison school live reaction. I made sure every frame of nipple was blurred the fuck out. I didn't even do like I usually do and just blur the nipple. I blurred the whole fucking screen. So
nice. I'm proud of you. Actually, that's where I got a lot of my the first time. Actually, it probably wasn't the first time. There's been a couple of times where I live reacted to some stuff, and I've actually gotten that knowledge from you. So I'm kind of glad you got your channel deleted, because it just lets me know like how much I can.
I'm actually surprised how long that Kill la Kill video I had last on YouTube, because that shit, like,
oh,
even
the
though I blurred
hentai
it a lot,
one.
yeah, like that thing got to like 500,000 views, and when it finally got taken down, it wasn't even for sexual content either. It was for some other bullshit. Or there was this one video I had on there that actually never got taken down. I deleted it myself just out of fear, even though it didn't end up working. There was like a straight up girl sucking another dude's dick in there, and I blurred it, but like you could totally tell what was going on. And that video stayed on there till the end of time.
Honey Pop joint?
No. There was also that one video of the hit on the dick. Remember, Rencho? That video never got deleted either. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the neck and everything. Like, it was like,
that's crazy.
So yeah, but once again though, those videos were all a long time ago. Those were all like in the last year. I haven't been doing that shit. So, but it's just like, oh man, well, you know, sins of the past catching up to you. So,
I mean,
so even if that's another good moral of the story. Even like karma comes back. So even if you think you're getting away with something now, if you in your heart know that you're doing some dumb shit, you might as well fix it now, because you never know when that shit might end up coming back at you or whatever. So,
well, I have to say thank you for paving the way for niggas to be able to figure out how to live react, and also giving people free 999 hits thumbnails. That was
oh yeah,
that was also a very good contribution.
Hey, I'm
to
a pioneer, man. I'm out here
so
learn new shit. It's like, if you want to be successful on YouTube, you can't copy everybody else. You got to figure stuff out and figure your own thing, or just, you know, take things from multiple people and combine it and make it your own thing. Like, you know, there's like, oh, there's death battle. Oh, okay, thick battle. Oh, game theory? Oh, okay, thick theory. You know, just do your own thing.
Holy shit, did you just invent some thick theory? Confirmed.
Hey man, I just thought of that just now, but that might hold some.
That's a real
weight.
thing.
I still, by the way, am still so baffled by all these people. Like, man, this guy talking about 3D booty. He gets no ass. He's forever a virgin. I'm like, nigga, you clicked on this video, so what does that say about you? Like, I'm still baffled
pretty
by
much.
those comments till this day. So it's just like, you just self-reflected. You just told me, you just self-reflected your insecurities on me. But okay, that works.
So
yeah, but that's pretty much it for this week.
One final mention to the people, because I'm still seeing comments about this. I didn't live react to the latest episode of My Hero because my audio got fucked up, so I didn't want to rewatch it, and live reaction wouldn't be live because I had already seen it. So I just said fuck it for that one. That's hence the title of this video.
It's okay.
So.
Mine will be out tomorrow.
Okay, whatever. That was 4 days ago when that episode came out.
I mean, it doesn't matter when I put it out. I don't have, bitch. I got like 1,300 subs. Yeah, fuck you think. Yeah. Shit, you think that shit matters to me? I don't give a fuck if the episode came out 3 weeks ago. I'll watch me live react to an old fucking Attack on Titan episode and still get the same amount of views I normally get.
Man, I might do that, because I still keep getting people to ask me to live react to the last 2 episodes, even though I keep telling them I've already watched it. So.
Yeah, but that's just something that you want to do.
I know, just get a cutout, heavily control, and just sit in front of the screen.
Yeah, right. Like if I knew how fucking simplistic that shit was, like if I really thought about it and I was like, man, I really don't have to do much. Like I just cut every couple of seconds, only have to put so much time in here.
Just get a still, just get like some looped footage, like some 30-second footage of me just staring at the screen, just keep looping it through, and then just play a few clips from the anime.
You're the same nigga that played old streams on your long ass live stream.
Yeah, that shit.
People kept coming in for days. Is this live? Like they didn't know.
That shit was ridiculous. Even when there was a big what's up, Hoop Cavs? I see what you're saying, man. We're getting ready to end the podcast, so anyway, yeah, that shit kind of ticked me off because I was trying to tell people, I was like, do you not see this big blue sign that like is in the upper left hand corner? And people are just like, we're steady trying to talk to you, and niggas was cussing me out because they were just like, oh fuck you, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm apparently the one who doesn't know how to read, you piece of shit. But okay, all right.
Yeah, good looking out. JustJaySama, this is live, right? Like Heavenly. It's like, well, guys, playing The Witcher. Yeah. It's like what?
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
sure.
playing the.
Sure it is. All right,
Yeah,
but I'm
so
but
that
I'm
video's
the
still
dumb one.
processing, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm the dumb one. So, oh, by the way, let me get half the proceeds for that video because I saw how much money you made on that. I was like, yo, you better break it off. Shit, let a nigga borrow $1.
I didn't. All I know is that video's still processing because it's been out for so long. I mean, it's so fucking long that it takes YouTube 10 years to process.
And it takes YouTube fucking 10 years to process just regular shit. Like, I don't understand. But they got enough manpower to fucking catch privated videos. Okay. All right. That's cool. Yep.
Yep, I'm looking right now. The video's still processing, forever processing.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be finished, sir. So, anyway, you got any words of wisdom before we go ahead and get out of here?
I feel like we spout so much wisdom. There's not much left else to say. So.
I'm actually tired of it. I'm going to start selling my wisdom, man. I'm tired of giving this shit away for free.
We're gonna start putting our videos Patreon exclusive.
Honestly, yeah, that's what I was telling people. Like, people were asking, like, when is the podcast gonna go to SoundCloud, because I can't always watch YouTube and blah 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 blah. But like, I'm like, you know what? When y'all start paying your dues and giving more money to Patreon, specifically to me, because y'all can give Heavenly all the fucking money you want, you bunch of fucking sheep. But I'm not about to because he's not about to take the time to do SoundCloud. This motherfucker can barely keep up with goddamn what is it that you're doing? iTunes and Podbean. So you expect him to keep up a SoundCloud? Oh no.
On SoundCloud once we start hitting Chance the Rapper numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of you fake niggas be asking like, oh man, I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this video for this to happen. Y'all niggas fake as fuck, man. Y'all niggas not waiting for shit.
You just want give without.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all niggas be getting mad when I was like charging fucking $20 for hoodies. Jay, that's too much. Are coming from the same niggas that are about to pay $30 for a Heavenly Controller T-shirt? Get the fuck out of here. You niggas are stupid. Get the fuck out of here.
Nah, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy too, because I was actually looking, Jay, like. I was looking at how many views, like, per Game of Thrones episode, like how many views, like, they actually get, like, the ratings and stuff. And like this latest episode got like 10 million views or whatever, and like it just goes more and more every day. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Jake Paul gets more views than Game of Thrones, and all that shit is free. Like, can you imagine?
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy,
like,
man.
People pay to watch Game of Thrones, but yeah, they expect all these like. They would like more people want to watch YouTube videos
and then get mad when we want some money out of it. Like nigga, you just think I'm just doing this shit for fun? Yeah, it's fun, but also at the same time I want to make some money off of it. You see all these other people making money off of that shit. Like, like
every mentality of a fucking silver and gold player. They expect you exactly that's what they think. It's like, yes, do it for me because we're important. You owe us for everything.
Well, no, it's not just that. It's just like, if you put in your, that's basically saying, like, when you're a kid, if somebody asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then literally as you're telling him, well, it doesn't matter, you shouldn't get paid for that because you like doing it. Like, what the fuck? Calm the fuck down. Like, it's just like,
I be getting more
so
views
stupid,
than some TV
like,
shows that you guys be paying cable bills to watch, so, like...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for people to get mad at, like, YouTubers and shit and saying that's not a real career, like, blah, 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 like... Nigga, yes it is. People get paid to edit movies. People get paid to do sound effects, special effects. Like, these are all fucking things that exist. Yeah, you just want a nigga to just do fucking YouTube videos forever for free? Like, nigga, you out your fucking mind. If I'm entertaining you, your children, your mom, your brother, and your sister, and I'm not fucking any of them, best believe I'm about to get me some money out of it. So, you know, to people like Keemstar who say, oh yeah, people who have Patreons or sellouts and blah, 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 blah. Nigga, you can say that because you're rich already. Shut the fuck up. Like, you've even said this, like, on Twitter, like, I'm rich, I don't need a Patreon. Well, then why the fuck are you commenting so much on it? If somebody else is not rich and we need Patreons, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't have the fucking means to talk. So anyway, with that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching the Heavenly
Podcast is on Podbean, iTunes, both Heavenly Kings and Heavenly Controller 2, and
on the JustJaySama.
I think that's everything. There you go.
Well, fuck you. So. All right, nigga, I'm gonna pull up on your house with fucking Wiimotes, bro. You keep dissing. The
Jake Paul live reaction. Live reaction.
You keep dissing my fucking channel by not putting me in the descriptions, bro. Watch what's gonna happen. I promise you.
Man, the Heavenly Kings. You're a manager. You can do that shit yourself.
All right, I got you. All right.
Jay about to pull up on the Heavenly.
You see what I've done. You see what I be doing in Discord, right? And I just be doing shit that's out of line. All right, I want to make sure you remember that. So.
Yeah, well, you guys will know my channel is permanently deleted when I started doing Jake Paul live reactions. So if you're ever wondering when that's coming, that's when it'll come. All right, so
it's okay. I'm doing it all the time. Every
what
day.
The fuck? Okay, yeah. Now I see these fuckboy